Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, the beast back. Adrenaline pumping through my veins, can't relax. Original, I am not the same as these cats. I sting them if they never ever mind and they beeswax. I don't ever cap, but I'm wearing like 3 hats. Never been a rat, but I know where the cheese at. You'll never get a trophy cause they all here where we at. You better believe that. When it's all said and done, I'll still be here standing. Never took a loss and it ain't something that I'm planning. I dare you to say something, my focus is A1. Every dog has his day, it's been mine since day one. This is real grinding, I'm still climbing. While you still trying, I'm still shining. It's real blinding, and I'm getting hotter too. Talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you when I do what I gotta do. Let's go hard. Coming close to me, flow is on atomic. I'm starting fires through poetry. The hardest out, staying loyal, no falling out. And if you step into the court, be ready, we balling out. Yeah, the coldest of teens, they know what we bring. Don't try us, ain't no in between. We go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym, this is target and practice. Yeah. And I'm just getting started, getting feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret. All facts, all black dress code. Pay me my respect, collecting every debt. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
Fourth straight premiership title in A grade. And they started in emphatic fashion last week. Grand final rematch. Put the Lighthouses to the sword. Not quite sure, you'll have more intel whether it was a red-hot Barbarians team or a poor Lighthouses team or a mixture of both, but the scoreline was all one-way traffic.
Yeah, certainly a couple of new faces at the club, but as Brad Tronk often does, recruits well, retains well, and I think a combination of some great new energy. A lot of people standing up as well. Like Tom McKee last week was unbelievable. Jordan Meads as well, probably played one of the best games I've seen him play in a Barbarians jumper. And perhaps one of the worst kicks I've seen him do. Not just there, but...
He'll want to wipe that from the memory bank.
But yeah, just took control so well. And I mean, I know he's been training the house down fitness-wise, so a little bit lighter, as dynamic as ever, and just led the boys around really well. And if my white shoes are any indication, it'll highlight it's a little bit heavy, damp and muddy underfoot.
It's a heavy 8, no doubt. Not so much rain today, though, on the Sunshine Coast, but earlier in the week, Uni's still looking to play expansive rugby, though. I mentioned earlier before you arrived, Niall, a big day for the club, the first home game of every season. Pay homage to the Porters family. Mitch is running messages and running water today. He usually votes on man of the match, which is fantastic. Fantastic to pay respects to Porter's family, long associated with the university club.
Yeah, he was a great man, Chris. Both of his boys came through, I think, from virtually under 6s, under 8s, many moons ago now, and he's probably been one of the more devout parents. Certainly in my time at the club, he was always helping out, took loads of good photos of the boys, as we see going, breaking down the wing. But yeah, great man who lost a little bit too young due to cancer, of course, but a great way to remember him and his family's involvement at the club today.
Indeed. Let's blow out some cobwebs. So, new halfback, we lost Jonah Conradi, flying Fijian, fantastic scrum half. Brought in another international, Levi Wairu's come across the ditch, and from all reports, a pretty handy number 9. Looking for big things from him this season.
Yeah, look, his debut game was fantastic, and a lot of the boys singing his praises. Really crisp service, gets around the park really nicely. Jonah obviously a huge loss for the club, and I think it's fair to say that their core strengths are very different. But to suggest that we've lost any efficiency or quality of service from the base would probably be doing Levi an injustice. He's been a fantastic addition.
Sure.
Not often the uni pack gets moved backwards.
No. Always a strength past couple of seasons. Set piece, scrum and line out. Snakes with breaking. Good support play. Great offload. Snakes come here with the intent to throw it around. Not afraid to shift it wide. Certainly made some meters. They've entered University's half. Could be a turnover here, though. University will take that, just slow things down. Jordan Meads reef it into Snakes territory and see if this line out can get firing. Big Klein Schmidt and McGovern. Good jumping options. Great to see as well, Niall, recently the Open's Sunshine Coast Stingray squad was announced. Strong green representation, which understandably, when you win a couple of comps in a row, you probably warrant selection in a rep side. So fantastic to see a few Barbarians making the step up.
Yeah, congratulations to everyone. Selected a really good spread of talented players from different clubs who I'm sure represent the region well. And congratulations also to Ryan Frisbee, handed the head coaching role there. He's been involved around our club this season and one of the real good guys of Sunshine Coast Rugby, so I'm sure he'll lead them well.
Made the trip down from Noosa, Ryan Frisbee, former fullback for the Dolphins. Needed an opportunity to progress his coaching career. Brad Trong offered him one here at USC. He's doing big things with the backline this season, so best of luck to Frizz at his new home. Fine Klein Schmidt. Safe hands, the line out.
There's a bit of space. Give. Oh.
Good offload duck. Unmarked at the moment. One-on-one here. Puts the... Oh, some strong defence. Last man standing, Tahaga. Didn't want to tackle him, just bang, stiff-armed him into touch. Duck with a good breakdown. The right sting, though. Some promising sign. Plenty of pace in this backline in 2024. Noel?
Oh, unbelievable amount of pace, mate. It's just showing some early signs of how threatening they can be. Probably one where the pass needed to go early there from Rangi, but yeah, even still, Ethan Duck getting close in the corner.
One to watch, no doubt. Ethan Duck and Zeke Anderson on the wings.
Yeah, Zeke Anderson on debut, I believe, unless I'm mistaken.
Yep, come
at
up
the
from
club, so congratulations to him as well.
The Toowoomba Bear. And further his education at Uni SC and have a run with the Barbarians.
Plenty of space.
Jordan Mead.
Oh, great hands from
great
Reich.
offload.
Fantastic skills there from the inside centre.
Catch a pass, one motion.
Oh, mate, known for his strength and power, but showing his deft skill set on that occasion. Wonderful play.
So just on the wing, we saw how quick Ethan Duck was a few moments ago. Shaden Stevens, a real fly for the Barbarians. Not here today, but replaced like for like.
Yeah, I haven't got the late mail on that one, I'm afraid. I'm not sure if he's away or unwell or injured. But Shaden, of course, selected in the Stingrays team. I'm sure he'll play a big role for them in, I think it's about a month's time. Perhaps they go away, play their games. Yeah, Caboolture will be disappointed with that. They've had most of the possession so far, and to their credit, showing some real power and a bit of finesse as well. And it's a great offloading game so far. I suppose over the years we've got accustomed to Caboolture showing patches of real brilliance with some of the talent they do have, but then often kind of fading toward the end of the first and certainly the second half as well. So it'll be interesting to see what Caboolture 2024 has, if it'll be kind of a familiar form guide or if they're going to ask a few more questions.
So University opens the scoring. Great hands from inside setter Dylan Reich. Letting it bounce a few times. Mead says, enough of that, I'll pick it up.
Great shoot.
Reefs it downfield.
That is how you exit well from a kickoff. Still a little bit toasty this time of year, isn't it?
Very
Felt
hot.
nowhere better than the Eastern Grandstand Cop in the Western Sun, Dave.
Our pasty white skin doesn't stand a chance, Noel.
My Irish ancestors are shivering in their boots knowing that I forgot to bring a hat or a sunscreen on the way over, given the rushed trip.
Good line speed from the Barbarians. The Snakes going backwards at the moment.
Got some numbers if they can give early.
Still just not getting over the game line at the moment. Good defence from the Barbarians.
Reacted and scrambled well there defensively. A lot of boys led by Cox getting around the corner to shut down the threat. Interesting to see Nathan Thompson at 15. He's obviously been great at 10 over the last couple of years, and you know, when you have as much talent as they have to choose from between an international rugby league player and obviously Nathan with all of his ability, great that they found a way to get them both in. I think fair to say from last week, still finding his feet and knowing when to inject, when to come back, but I think he'll grow into that role really, really well across the season, and hopefully, touch wood, have a much better run of injuries than he's become accustomed to.
It was a real stop-start affair with injuries last year for Nathan Thompson. If he can get through unscathed this year, he's going to be bigger and better than ever. Barbarians leading 7-0 at Sippy Downs. If you've just joined us, welcome. We hope you enjoyed the live stream. Round 2, Sunshine Coast Rugby Union action. Geez, the Caboolture scrum, solid. It's not often the Barbarians are pushed back. There we go. Speaking of injecting himself, Thompson, good offload. And again, duck. Slight knock on. But Thompson just hit the line at pace from fullback.
He's caught some heavy contact there as well.
Yeah, certainly took the shot, bounced back to his feet though. Not afraid to get his hands dirty. That potent right edge, very potent. Duck. Thompson injecting himself. New centre pairing as well. We saw so often in 2023, Shaq Rangi at fullback. Finds himself in the 13 jersey though today, partnering with Dylan Reich in the centres. Trying to get that cohesion.
Yeah, again, shows the depth. I think there's perhaps 2 or 3 people unavailable at the moment who've played a role already in either pre-season or round 1, and just the ability to interject well, and I suppose it speaks volumes to the training that they get through, changing a lot of different roles. Shaq obviously going from 15 into 13, and probably suits his game well. He loves to be very direct with his running.
Sure.
Just a little bit different to the typical 15, but could play a good role at centre.
Caboolture playing it safely. Just first phase off the scrum, straight into touch. About 22 out. Stout, the new hooker. Big shoes to fill with Tahuia departing.
Oh, I just realised, mate, a player turning up with the last name Stout will be 2 wonders for you.
Fantastic.
Stout defence, I believe. One of the good go-tos.
Yep. McKee, God. Oh. Great defence, though. Hit by that black wall of jerseys.
Well, that was a big difference from last week, mate. That time last week he was making 20 metres on that carry. And the turnover.
Geez, they're up and about, Caboolture, aren't they? Pugnacious defence on McKee, who happens to be one of the bigger bodies on the field. We're away here, Caboolture.
Oh, just a foot in touch. Unlucky for them.
Very unlucky. Sabanda was away, potentially. No shortage of speed on the far side of the field. The right wing.
Yeah, goodness me. Caboolture up for this one, hey. Clearly getting around each other with some big hits early on.
Feel it tomorrow.
Tommy O'Keefe will bounce back well, I'm sure. Mate, he's very impressive last week, and I suppose one of the biggest beneficiaries of Matt Leader taking a paternal sabbatical.
Sure, yep.
A man who, based on merit, absolutely deserves to play in the back row, but between the sort of the Kimber Cox Leader combination, maybe didn't get as many minutes as he might otherwise have got.
And already in the Stingrays.
Oh, mate, you should have seen him play last week, though. He was best on ground and in a team with a lot of good nominees.
For sure. He's a big body, likes to carry and more often than not makes metres. Hit a brick wall a few moments ago, though. Playing advantage, not rolling away, Caboolture. Meads looks up. You roll the dice on those, we'll probably come back. We will come back. No advantage. So we've got a midfield scrum just shy of halfway. Barbarians set piece, I know. I'll probably put it into touch.
Real coach killer, that one, when it's, your 7 just didn't quite get out of there. Not really a pressure-induced penalty, just one fell the wrong way and invites the Barbars into your 22 once again.
Very slow to roll away. Geez, Thompson takes a massive chunk out of that. Great nudge.
Great to see the Thompson-Meads combination starting to come along as well. It didn't quite pay off there, but as soon as the arm went out for advantage, you could see obviously the chip through came from Thompson. Meads was wise to it.
Cox the target this time, success. Got momentum here, rolling. It's a real weapon of the Barbarians. They're only 5 out now. Just got to be patient, it's still moving. Waru pointing them, yelling at them, letting the forwards know where to go. We're close. Held up. Wasn't bad though.
Not at all, just when you start to get a bit of a roll on, I suppose, hard to keep it, nice and tight and consolidated. Can expect with the meters they go in there, though, to probably go down that route again a few times this afternoon.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It certainly worked there. Strong rolling ball from the home side. See if Caboolture's going to stick to that one out, clearing kick straight away. Maybe punch it up in the midfield first. We'll take the conservative option.
Scrum time's been interesting so far. Snakes probably dominant. Regardless of the response.
Big shove from Uni.
There we go.
There we have it.
Wow,
They're back.
Fantastic.
Got the full arm.
Great response.
Waru thought about going quickly. Thought better of it. The Brains Trust just deciding what will happen. Mead says, we'll have a line out. Thank you, sir. McGovern this time, hard to miss that flowing main.
Charlie McGovern, a few extra kegs this year than last year.
He has put on size, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
Very, very different frame. He's bulked up.
Him and Daniel Mark been doing a little bit in the off-season, I think.
Just a bit. Remind me to get that program.
Very fortunate to have, like, I guess, a few people around the traps, either people who've played or just come down for coaching who have been in and involved around the professional setup.
Sure.
A lot of guys at community level can, whether it's something small or something significant, just learn a little bit from them, whether it's a skill set thing or a habit thing or a training thing. And nice to have a second rower to take him under the arm.
Indeed. Straight off the back, Mars says he makes good meters too. Cayman looking for options. Still working it to the open side. Barnstorming run. Moala. It's coming slowly for the Snakes. Counter rucking.
Just didn't
Referee
roll.
doesn't like it.
Went off the feet and didn't get out of there. It's good refereeing there. He sort of, university player got into a bad position and the ref was fine to let it go as the ball was available, but that extra clear out, just coming back to it, did slow the ball down, and really good call.
Yeah, certainly one of the gripes of fans in recent years over officiating at many levels of the game. Can really take the sting out of a free-flowing match, so stop-start. So any chance where we can watch a bit of continuous rugby and get through the phases, I think spectators certainly appreciate it. It's a fine line though, isn't it? If you break the law, you break the law.
Fair bit of beef in the Caboolture midfield. Looking hungry for a carry, I'd suggest. Here we go.
McKee doesn't shirk his responsibilities. Good tackle in the midfield. Great pick up. Just behind the gain line though. Cayman screaming at his man. Who wants it? Paitai says, I'll have it.
Tackle there from Kimber.
Got numbers here, 3-on-1. Pops to no one.
Winger left him behind.
He did.
He lost a boot, did he?
Mailau had the right idea. Initially there were numbers. Couldn't quite find Paitai though. Sans boots.
Oh, trouble here for Bits the first. Well tackled.
Yes, the band is just itching to get involved on that far side of the field for the Snakes. Looks dangerous when he gets it, just hasn't seen much of it yet. Great line speed from the Barbarians.
Got advantage here, the Snakes.
Perhaps too quick then.
I'll tell you, Dave, I've been impressed with, not that I've been able to see that many games, but certainly last week I was impressed by how the officials dealt with the change in the tackle height laws.
Yeah,
I had some concerns that You know, it might be an absolute ping fest for the first 4 or 5 weeks, but from what I've seen so far, and granted it's a small sample size, you know, the governing bodies have obviously spoken to the teams around what they expect, and and the referees have taken a pretty good common sense approach where it's you know, second tackler in and things, that they're a bit lenient, but it's really just penalising laziness from what I saw last week. If somebody's got plenty of time and they're still going high, they'll ping you for it. But anyone taking that you know, that proactive step to get the body height right is seems to be play on, which is great.
That is great. Just wonder if you'll see them late in the match when fatigue kicks in, and you've just got to make that extra effort if laziness comes through.
Look there, copped a lazy arm too.
Did cop a whack in the face, accidental.
Yeah, just looked up at the wrong time with a charging defensive line coming at him. Probably the first time the boy from Toowoomba's seen a charging guy from Caboolture running at him.
Like a freight train. That'd scare anyone.
It's pretty early on to say this day, but I feel in the context of the game and knowing how these challenges go, it's perhaps a big moment coming up. You know, Caboolture's ability to perhaps score and level up. You know, maybe 15, 20 minutes in, it sets a really good tone to keep them in the game and keep the heads up.
Well, they've had possession, but it just hasn't been this deep in Barbarians' territory yet. So they're 22 out. In from touch, they take the 3, or they say, no, we've got momentum here, let's put our foot down. And it looks like Cayman's going to try and reef it 5 metres from the try line and have an attacking line out.
I think you have to. When you're playing like the competition winners, you know, you're not going to win it taking 3 points too often. At all. You know, they may well get 5 or 6 forays into the 22 in the match and need to make them convert. Good take.
Great take from by Clark or by Garfa, so clean off the top, rolling maul.
Good shift there.
Ooh, into touch.
Looks like the officials are going to have a conversation. Perhaps spotted a grounding, but just trying to get the timing between into touch or maybe on the line. Touchy looks pretty adamant though. And well defended by the Barbars.
Looks pretty potent, that rolling maul. A massive pack, Caboolture.
Pressure line out throw though.
Over.
Problems.
You nailed it. Cayman just short. Meter out.
And penalty advantage as well. Great opportunity for the Snakes.
Must convert. So close, Caboolture.
Go back for the penalty here.
Not releasing the player.
I tell you, surely they think about a scrum here because, you know, the Caboolture outside backs have been fantastic with opening them up, finding some space, and with the exception of the last one, their scrum's been really fantastic too. We'd love to see a few of the bigger bodies one-on-one, 5-10 metres out.
That centre pairing of Fafita at 12 and Moala at 13. Jeez, put fear into most defenders. Be a great battle with Reichenrangi. Got to get down, get up quickly, I should say, and shut them down.
Good shot from both sides early.
Playing advantage again here. It's a few penalties in the red zone for University. Have to be careful. Ideal discipline. Good angle by Moala, but they're quickly still going though. Good leg drive.
Good run from the 90s there.
Wow. Cayman saw a gap. Defence parted, just slid on through.
Great reward for Caboolture there. Like they've showed some really great patches in the game so far, and you know, I guess in the physical side of things, you know, you could say parity at worst, but you know, arguably getting the wood on some of their opponents, both with the ball and without.
Hit the afterburners there, didn't he? Sliced right through. He's going to be one to watch that close to the try line. Yeah, to make 6, 7, 8 metres, but did it with speed, low body height at the end. 7-5 to the home team. Kick to come to Hugger. the fullback, looking to add the extras. He's pushed it wide, actually. 7-5, the score remains. Thompson gets us underway. Out on the full. It's a costly mistake.
It was a tough one after points. So important how you respond with good exit, playing in the right territory. Unfortunate there from the Snakes.
Goes to the front, clean from Cox, straight off the top. Meads, oh there we go,
Nice
here comes
offload,
McKee,
Kimber.
just busts the
There
first
he is.
defender, looking for an offload, still going.
Oh, just short.
Barnstorming run from the
Quick
number
ball,
8.
unmarked out wide.
Ooh.
Great silky hands from Kimber as well, just to put the big body in on a weak shoulder.
Yeah, plenty of options there in the midfield. Found Kimber, offloaded quickly to McKee with a nice angle, and hard man to bring down at speed.
Try time.
He's given it.
There, the big unit. I think he, I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 tries he got last week, but he'd have to be the competition top try scorer at this precise point in time.
He just flagged it. Score points, messy exit, handball, straight back to the opposition in good field position, good territory there. Straight away, capitalise off the line out, try time. 12-7, kick to come. Definitely making meters University on this right side. Caboolture's left defensive edge, I think, keeps sending traffic down that way. Conversion unsuccessful. Score remains 12 points to 7.
Great movement on the ground from Kimber. Just the experience of the extra little half roll, ruling out the call for chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Duck chasing through.
Kleinschmidt leading the charge. It's a really good fresh blood in this Caboolture team compared to last year. A bit more dynamic, a bit more powerful. Just adding some good ingredients that they lacked last year.
Oh, unable to hold on to it. Harvey drops it. We'll come back, playing advantage though. Penalty counts creeping up. Caboolture having a chat. We've got a short line out option coming up. Plenty of forwards moving the way to the back line. for maybe mile out, standing at 12 here. Here we go, he's the decoy runner.
Good shape.
Good fend too. Good defence, good tackle again from Kimber. Rangi was there as well, as backup, not needed though. Forney nice and flat, just marshalling his troops left and right. Again, another snipe from Cayman. Numbers on the short side here, thought about it. Marcesi goes open side instead. Making meters slowly, playing advantage again. Another full arm. Not rolling away.
It's always easy to say when he scored a try, though, but I've been really impressed by the Caboolture 9 so far.
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
Cayman wasn't around last year, to the best of my knowledge anyway, and just picking good moments as to when to shift, when to test the line. Obviously scored the try from one of his snipes as well, but just getting them to a good clean pill on the front foot.
Keep the defensive line guessing. Caboolture hoping to add 3 to cut that margin to 2 points, 12-7 currently. Make it 12-10. To hug his first attempt, not the greatest. He'll be hoping to make amends.
Boys, not judged the wind particularly well there.
Pushed it
Flags
right
give
for
a
the
good
second
indication
time.
of the left to right breeze coming from the southeast, as we're accustomed to down here.
Ooh, probably just as well. Not the best strike by Meads. Shanked the 3-iron off the tee, but
It's always
they'll get it
wise.
again.
Always wise playing at uni to run the direction that Barbars are in the first half. You typically get the wind to your back, and it often dies off a bit in the second half.
That was a better strike from the former New Zealand Warriors under-20s rugby league player. He's certainly well-travelled. Definitely found his home here at the Barbarians. That is a good nudge. Open space, no one at home. Bit of pressure there on Rowland, the open side flanker. Ooh, potentially high from Meads.
Yeah,
Playing advantage.
probably got referee's probably the favourable view, but it's a good chance of being 10
I reckon that's a punch thrown from Fonny. It all started from the high shot from Meads.
Wasn't a good one.
And just a bit of retaliation. Ref and Touch, you'll have to sort that out. So they're playing advantage, the high shot from Meads. And Rowland took exception to that tackle. And then Fonny's come in and given his views.
There you go. Did we get the number there, Rob?
I think Reich's walking off, but I don't know what Reich's done.
Well, mate, we're this is why the referees are on the field and not us, because we've obviously missed something glaring. Was it Reich with the high tackle? Was it Meads?
Well,
action replay.
It was definitely Meads. Reich went low. Reich was who took out the legs, and Meads came over the top, but
Yeah, okay.
Reich's been punished. We now know Reich isn't a rat. He's never going to throw his mates under the bus.
Did he get him for a trip or something?
Potentially.
I didn't see it. I thought it was fine. Anyway,
Reich's having a 10-minute breather.
person in the bin, very justified, but perhaps not the person you or I might have suspected. Unlucky bounce there. Man, that ref has a strong crouch by himself, eh?
Great service.
Great
Waru.
space, good eyes, duck after it.
He's not like
Oh, he's picked
Casey's
it up too.
well done, Duck.
Oh
Got the
my
offload
goodness!
as well.
Oh,
Pop
outstanding
pass for
skills.
The chase, the regather, the pop pass, had it all. Just unable, Thompson, to pull it back in for a magical 5-pointer.
The boys have clearly done a lot of work in pre-season with the back three just being really good with their comms to the 10s and 12s. It's the second or third time we've seen a little dink through every time with space, every time with a good chaser. And Duck showed some fantastic skills firstly to gather to get the pop up, and perhaps if it was 2 mils less rain, it might have been a nice try under the post there.
Caboolture needs a strong scrum here.
Tight head. Oh, close.
It's under the pump at the moment.
Oh, geez, good offload as well.
Great offload. Got numbers here. High tie ops for the boot. Duck's got it. Thompson hugs him.
They are known to hug those two.
Just a bit clunky there, getting in each other's way. Duck and
They're off.
They're off.
Great decision. Got numbers and space. Still on out wide if they can find it there, which they have. One pass should do it.
Oh, goes to ground. Just had to find the
Good
man.
feet, might still finish. And do. Dave, we've got a bloody game on our hands, mate.
Absolutely we do. Caboolture strikes back. Level the scores, no less. And with a man down, Dylan Reich's no doubt sitting there shaking his head. Points coming pretty quickly with the man in the bin. 12-12 the score, kick to come for the Snakes.
Mate, I think you can expect some stern words from Brad Tronk. Now we're at half-time, and that Caboolture, I think, almost caught the Barbarians off guard, and they're playing rugby that they're just not accustomed to seeing from Caboolture. You know, the last few years it's been one off the ruck, very simple stuff. You can almost afford to be a bit lazier or switch off at times and be fine. But, you know, quick taps, good offloads. You know, they're playing some really enterprising stuff and finding some space as a result.
Pretty sure Brad Tronk could be phoning in to put it on loudspeaker in the change room and give them an absolute rev up.
There you go. Action-packed first half.
How are you?
Thank you.
Can I get a beer first?
Yeah. I'll see you in a second, mate.
You
It's a
good?
break, ladies and gents. We'll be back shortly.
Yeah.
What's the name of the 16? What's the name of the 16?
For which team? USC?
You don't know? You manage the 19 years?
I don't have any reserves.
Now they started.
Well, yeah, I don't have any reserves numbers since 16. I think none of those. I don't have any. So I've only got those numbers.
Notice?
Mumford, Stout, Pine Schmidt, McGovern, Kingley, Cox, McKee, Waru, Meads, Duck, Wright, Rangy, Anderson, Cox.
Mumford?
Stout, Pinckney, Pine Schmidt, McGovern, Kimber, Cox, McKee, Waru, Meads, Duck, Wright, Rangy, Anderson, and Thompson. But I haven't been given these numbers. I've got theirs,
But number 1 hasn't started and number 4.
So, unless they're wearing different jerseys because of the sizes or something, I'm not sure, but I haven't been told. The Noel, who sits here, he played with them, he hasn't
Is this a 16 Mumford?
Yeah, Mumford.
Okay, he's 16. Who's 19?
You're the most dedicated fan I know, mate.
I do all the analysis, statistics.
For who?
Trumpet.
Oh, fantastic.
Watched it back.
Back at it.
Thompson thought about a quick line out, and Wairau with the stern no. Just wondering what the message at halftime would have been for both sides. Uni well and truly in a battle royale here. Perhaps not expecting.
Well, it's a classic case, isn't it? You know, a dominant team coming off the back of a huge win. Often you see that latency period the following week, and the reality is, mate, they've come up against a Caboolture team who's as up for this as I've seen them in the last few years. Unlucky to not be leading at half-time.
Yeah, lost last start against the Bugs. No doubt wanting to bounce back in round 2. I believe at the start of the broadcast, a lot of our commentary was cut off, unfortunately, so apologies to those listening from home. You mentioned the massive grand final rematch last start, round 1. University thumping the
Bit of push and
Lighthouses
shove again.
59-12. Bit of tension out there, bit of feeling. So yeah, a bit of movement in the off-season, as we know. So Corey Tahuya has gone to Far North Queensland. Jonah Conrighty's on Sydney. Matt McCauley finally hung up the boots.
Give it 3 weeks.
Finally, give it 3 weeks, he'll be back. Matt Leader, 2022 Sunshine Coast A-grade player of the year, having a season off. But as mentioned, with change comes opportunity. And so Moranbar's Colby Mason, he's going to move to the coast permanently next week. So he debuted in round 1. I think he had 7 from 9 with the boot. He'll bolster those centre stocks. We've talked about the winger Zeke Anderson. Toowoomba Bear from the Darling Downs region, beautiful part of the state. He's come up to study at USC, linked with the Barbarians, so he gets his start on the Sting today, and hopefully trying to make that a more permanent role. Jesse Mumford was away last week with a wedding. Unless it's a family member or your own, there's no reason for missing a rugby game, is there? And then Big Lotu, you can play 1, 3, 6, 8, wherever you want. He'll be entering the fray next week.
It is a cardinal sin to get married during rugby season, but
who thought of that?
I need to pay homage sing Michael Cox's praises. Bucks party during the first bye week and a wedding during the next bye week. So
that's how it's done, isn't it?
Lads, if you're going to do it, take a lesson out of his book.
Strategic thinking from the big man.
Caught behind the ad line, but a bit of space now.
Anderson saw some open space in front, almost had too much time.
The cleanest pass, but one that was out in front. The wet conditions again, just playing a bit of havoc. I think myself and a lot of Barbarians fans would love to have seen the guy with some open pasture.
See what he's got.
Show his wares. Obviously impressed the coaches in pre-season, getting the A-grade wing spot with Shaden Stevens injured this week.
I don't know what it is in the water here at Sydney Downs on wingers. Look at some of the guys, Reece Clinton, years gone by, Shaden Stevens, Dunn out, just pace to burn. I don't know what it is, but they've always had electric wingers.
Yeah, you got to compensate for blokes like me somehow, mate, and finding good wingers is helpful.
Coming slowly. Caboolture with it though.
Wide ball, winger not quite wise to it. Still some space though. Well shut down on the far side for the Barbarians.
Side to side pretty quickly for a net gain of 3 metres.
Mate, we need to find a scrum expert to come and tell us. You know, just have a little cameo here and there. Do you know any?
The two least
Yeah.
brightest scrum technicians in the world. Safe hands from McGovern, the white headgear. New target all season, no doubt.
Kimber peels off.
Good defence from the Snakes. McGee, one out. He's been held up. Oh, great work there.
Good peel. Props away.
Oh.
Up the hey diddle diddle. God, how they turned that over. Hard to see from this far away. Jeez, that's a bad way to concede a try.
Looks left, looks right, tries to step, doesn't need to, under the sticks. Thank you very much. The lock scores. First points of the second half.
He's used to being in some open pasture, Charlie, with his athleticism often finds himself there, but in the cruelest of fashion for Caboolture, who've really done not much wrong today. That was just one of those things where with the no support, nothing on, that the chip was probably never the option. You know, you've worked hard to scramble, get the turnover. So you just want to consolidate and play down at the other end of the field. So I guess everyone guilty of that from time to time, but with the game in the balance, not what they needed.
McGee with that initial bust, thought he was probably held up and then was stripped from his own teammate. He was pink, wasn't he? Pitching wedge for Thompson, no dramas, I should say. 2 points to the score. The home side extends its lead. It is now 19 points to 12. Well, McGovern, 20, 22, 25 metres out, just did it all himself. Clean break to the try line. He's going to struggle to go 10. I believe they're called schoolboy errors. No?
Be a real test of the mental fortitude here. Conceding a very weak try followed by an unforced error. We look for the leaders in this Caboolture team to arrest back some control of the game. Big carries, big defensive efforts. We've clearly seen in the first half that they're up for it. You know, they've got the ability, just got to play smart rugby and make good decisions.
You don't want to see the wheels fall off now. Looks like the changes are coming in as well. Up inside Rowland, early shower for him. So on the near side here, Reed's directly behind the scrum.
Go blind.
Short side. Far side, I should say. Playing advantage here to the university. Forwards lining up. Strong meters still going.
Oh,
Great
Mumford!
run.
Wrapped up by perhaps his opposite number.
Rowland had a bit of something going on there. Lyra had some traffic around him.
Govan just found himself in an awkward space. Levi trying to shift the ball quickly. Talk a lot about going to width once you've penetrated. Both teams have struggled to do that so far. With the exception, of course, of Caboolture's try late in the first half.
Safely into touch.
problems at line-out time. Rolling ball straight away. And moving two at pace. Only 2 out, still going. University sniffing within inches now.
I don't think he can bring down that ball legally, given the momentum it had, surely.
Barbarian Squad's lining up. Get low.
There it is.
There it is. Bang, bang. 2 tries in the space of a few minutes.
Getting back into that grind.
They start to see the cream rise to the top. It's been a strong start to the second half. 24-12, kick to come. Just haven't come out of the sheds the second stands with that same ferocity and intensity the Snakes had in the first half. Been caught on the hop. How was the off-season, Noel? What were your movements?
That's pretty good. A couple of trips overseas, actually, which is much more than I'm used to. But yeah, went over with the other half, and then went with my brother and saw some of the Irish family as well a couple of weeks ago. So it was good, mate. But nice to stick the teeth into work and yeah, enjoy the weekends and all the rest of it. But I reckon the timing of the rugby season is perfect, because by the time it's finishing, you're ready for it to be done. You enjoy your time off, but you know, come kind of January, February, March, you start to get an itching for it.
I bet.
And that's why we'll come back year after year.
Will we see you in the green jersey once again this season? That is the $1,000,000 question.
Mate, a few moving pieces to answer that. Loads going with work, and the body, as you might remember from last year with the old hammies and lower backs, been giving me a bit of grief too. So work in progress.
So work, the body, and probably the chief destroyer of any return. If you've got the courage to say it, I think we all know, of course, the want to say.
The temptation to sit next to you at every given home game has its appeal as well.
The family commitments can kibosh any of those hopes and dreams of spending all weekend with your mates. Over, but won by Caboolture. Just caught a bit deep, Caboolture. Milau with it. He knows one way, and that's forward. Still short of the game line, though. Playing very deep for one out stuff. Line speed isn't bad. McGovern straight up.
Very tall.
And held him up too. Just gets to deck. Knock on. Able to absorb that pressure, Barbarians. A big welcome to viewers from wherever you're watching, locally on the Sunshine Coast, perhaps further afield around Queensland, or even interstate, sometimes abroad too. Strong Fijian community tuned in the past couple of years via a different app. Hope you're enjoying the coverage and the match here from the Sunshine Coast. Just a bit of miscommunication there from Anderson and Duck, the two wingers. Kimber bumps off one. Strong carry. Byru with plenty of options.
Barbarians getting much more industrious in the second half. It's going about their work, starting to get a few ad line carries. Another one there.
Home side entering Caboolture's half.
turning it over in the process. Cheap penalty, starting to build a few phases, and we're making meters. Not out. Oh, no. Play on, though. No, we're coming back.
Ooh.
Again, miscommunication. Anderson and Thompson haven't played a lot together. Both went for it. Collided, spilled it. Just getting in each other's way. Caboolture, great attacking scrum here. Sabanda just coming off his wing, slotting in behind Fonny. The blind winger to inject himself somewhere in the back line here. Big shove from the Barbarians.
Oh, he's off.
He's away. Oh, lucky. Sessi was full steam ahead to that try line. Mead's not fooling around, straight into touch.
Easy, boys, easy. Hold, Coxie, hold. Oh, 22!
Matty Wardby back onto the field.
Pops
For anyone following his fitness journey on Instagram, he's in great peak condition and running more than most props tend to do. Probably got Strava and the rest of it. Great to see him back for another year. No doubt brings some strength to the Barbarians front row. Playing up against his former club, in fact.
Reich pilfered it, put it on the boot. Strong defence, you can hear the crunch.
Slow ball there. Huge box.
Thompson clean this time.
Space and big bodies in the midfield.
Spins it. Rangi's still going, drops it on the toe. Couldn't keep his feet though. Who wants it from the Snakes? Govern up quickly, shut it down. Snakes going backwards. Keep going to the left. Loose ball, loose carry, knock on. Pass at the shoelaces never helps. Just getting a bit scrappy.
A few spectators offering some words of encouragement for our ball boy team here. Best in the business and reliably informed. Some of them will be helping out at the Rugby Championship Under-20s, which we're lucky enough to host on the Sunshine Coast in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Fantastic
South Africa,
result.
New Zealand and Argentina coming together, with Australia, of course.
Great opportunity for the under-20s as well.
Very much
A
so.
few of the teams training locally at Matthew Flinders at Budrum and a few other grounds around the coast. And they'll all be playing at Sunshine Coast Stadium free of charge. So if you love rugby, want to see the Springboks, All Blacks, Wallabies and Lost Pumas under-20s in action, Sunshine Coast Stadium at Bock Arena be the place to be. Head to the Sunshine Coast Rugby Union website or Facebook page for exact timings. I believe there's a game on Mother's Day, so I know what we're doing in our family.
Nothing says I love you, Mum, quite like going to watch a bunch of 20-year-olds tackle each other, mate.
That's it. Dad of the year, husband of the year, mate.
Can't be convinced otherwise.
I know it's stating the obvious. It's not really a scoop, but the Snakes really need to score next. 14-point gap. Start to get deeper into the second half. And we saw it so often in 2023. Last 10, 15 minutes, University just puts the hammer down and will score points with ease.
Yeah, and I think you're bang on there, Dave. 26-10 the current score. Oh, sorry, 26-12, I believe. A bit all over the shop with our online scoring.
Quick hands. Perhaps pass wasn't on. Rubbing salt in the wound.
The old ball track has pretty much been between the 22s for the last 10 minutes or so. Ever since the flurry of tries just after half-time, we've not really seen any good attacking opportunities for either team. Just the wet weather and a bit of sloppy passes doing their role to ensure that.
Match fitness, only round 2. Takes a while to get used to it again. Uni starting pre-season trading later in the piece, probably one of the last clubs to start pre-season, but there is method to that. Get to the madness. Want to be peaking at the right time of year, and we know University A grade's always going to be playing finals football. One of the last 3 comps, you know they're going to be there or thereabouts in August this year, so Brad Tronk letting his men have a few extra weeks off, only playing the 1 trial match. Most clubs opting for 3 or 4. University just opting for the 1. And as you saw last week, pardon me, comprehensive 59 points to 12 win in the grand final rematch. Decision to start later in the piece certainly worked. It's just starting to get a bit scrappy.
Just that last pass has been a cruel mistress for the Barbarians on a few occasions this afternoon down the sting. As we see Levi Wairau's brother come onto the field, replacing McGovern, I believe, in the second row. I think Levi moved over and told his brother to come on over and join him, which Brad Tronk was ecstatic about. Welcomed him with open arms.
Great signing, bringing the brothers over from New Zealand. Big engine, big wraps on him. A workhorse, gets through a mountain of work. Not a massive body, but just goes all day.
Yeah, truth be told, I haven't really seen him play much so far this year. Good to see him get into his work this afternoon.
Uni once again recruiting well in the off-season. Mixture of great club culture, good coaching staff, fantastic place to live. Certainly helps attract people from far and wide.
Yeah, not wrong. Could definitely pick worse places to play rugby if you were coming from a cooler climate, or whether it was close to New Zealand or the UK or France or anything of the like.
Strong carry off the back.
He's been
Cox
fantastic.
got him low.
Good turnover. Hard on there. Is that Meads with the pick there? He's getting the pats on the back. Not known for putting his head in dark places, but he did so brilliantly on that occasion.
Big penalty.
As much as he conceded the turnover there, the A from Caboolture has been really solid this afternoon.
Marcesi made some strong runs, really clocking some meters.
Going quickly, got numbers. Still got it there, if he can get it away. Couldn't free the arms.
Tahaga still moving, going sideways, wrapped up though, Duck caught him from behind.
Yeah, silly penalty.
Still playing advantage. touch will come back for the penalty. No advantage there.
Klein Schmidt a little excited on that occasion, getting in before it was out. Takes advantage of the flailing wind and finds touch about 15-20 metres out.
Snakes taking their time, planning what they're going to do. They probably need to up the tempo though. That deficit's not going to close itself. Great steal, University with the ball. Waru has to tidy up. Does just that, finds touchline safely. 22 out, Snakes ball.
Just noticed, mate, they've got an ambient sound microphone here for us this year. That's a feature that our now insolvent former employer was not kind enough to afford us. So A+ to the stream team. Bring you live action from University this afternoon.
Bit of volleyball in there.
Tricky one. Yeah, never looks good. For those watching at home in rugby union, not able to fall on someone on the ground. You have an obligation to stay on your feet, and Mumford put most of himself into the poor Caboolture player there on the ground on that occasion.
All right, take two. Let's see if they can get their line out to fire this time, the Snakes.
We've seen their maul show some promise. Well, they just need to get the clean ball, obviously, from the line out. Certainly within striking range, about 10 metres out.
Cox attacked, wasn't able to get it this time, but it's
Did
loose.
enough, though.
Playing advantage for a knock-on. Caboolture with the ball. It has its defensive line set. Could be a bit of pick and go here from Caboolture. Nice and tight. Just biting off the metre at the time at the moment. Very simple one-out stuff in. He knows what's coming, and it's managing it so far.
They've had a bit of a backline shift with the 9.
It's got to come
now
now.
going to 10. Here he is.
Great
Good
shot. Dylan Reich shot out of the line and made the tackle. Caboolture getting through its phases. Slowly creeping towards University's try line. University up to the challenge, not rolling away, playing advantage. Caboolture has the advantage
for the winger
here.
if they can get there.
Great
Turns
inside
back
work.
inside.
Still playing advantage to Caboolture. Good line speed. Knock on, surely. It is.
Go back for the advantage. One of the Snakes down at the moment.
Caboolture looking to go quickly.
And they do. Good shot there from Reich again. Looking in some discomfort. The Caboolture
Straight
player
into
there.
touch. Big defensive effort from Uni. Had to sustain that, but the pressure was there for phase after phase. Dug deep, well done, Barbarians. No way through that green wall. Dylan Reich putting his body on the line time and time again.
Oh, mate, he always does. One of his great features. And we obviously saw the other side to his game before with the deft hands to put Thompson over for the first try. Still not out of danger yet, though, the Barbars.
Pressure on this line out. Need a big clearing kick from Thompson or Mead too.
Not straight,
Not
though.
straight. Ouch.
So we're 26-10, about 10 minutes to go. Never say never, but you'd suggest that with Caboolture rather needing to score 3 times, they probably
Time is
need to
of the
come away
essence.
from this venture into the 22 with some points. Again, they'll really rue that brief period after half-time where such a soft try, just with a bad chip and McGovern cruising over unopposed.
Patches of brilliance though, right, from the Snakes. Never easy coming to Sippy Downs against the defending premiers. Scores level at half-time, but just perhaps the intensity lacking and the polish lacking in the second half.
Yeah, I'm really enthused for their season based on, I guess, the performance, some of their new cattle as well. I think they'll really bother a lot of teams, especially as they find their groove a little bit as the season develops. Hopefully they can keep fitness high, not suffer too many injuries in key positions, but mate, certainly looking a more formidable foe this year compared to years gone.
Great for the competition too.
Yeah, and mate, I suppose the question logically comes, Wynnum had a good win over these guys last week.
Yeah.
Perhaps Wynnum are in some fantastic form as well.
Indeed. It's just hard for Caboolture and Wynnum travelling when you start heading to Maroochydore and Noosa and further afield. It's not easy. Bank those wins at home, but you've got to get them on the road too.
The Caboolture pack slow to get up from that scrum.
Big cut-out ball.
Now.
Oh, Thompson just couldn't hold on, but was able to stifle it. Big play from him.
We've seen the fitness again there. They kind of had to go for the low percentage players. Just no other options there. No real runners for the 9 to choose from. Had to go the Hail Mary. Nearly paid off, to be fair. But once again, cough up the ball.
Thompson just got his hands in the way. Had he not, Sabanda would have caught it and fallen over the try line.
Geordie Armstrong onto the field here in the left wing. Hopefully some physique. Look to see McKee or Dill Reich roll up the sleeves here. For an early settler, there he goes.
McKee's got it.
Great meters.
Great service from Waru. Fantastic pass on him.
Flawless exit from the Barbars. Impressive carry from McKee. It's just invaluable in situations like that to have a player who can just get you 15, 20 meters in front of the ball. Like, it's almost such a good carry, you have to go hands from there, just given how much the defensive line's on the back foot. Wonderful exit from the Barbarians, and I think if I can call it, that'll probably see the win in their favour this afternoon.
It's looking that way. I think on McKee, we mentioned it earlier, hard last year with Leader Cox and Kimber in the back row. McKee not getting a huge amount of game time. If he gets that opportunity this year, he's picked in the Stingrays side. He's the type of guy playing week in, week out, big minutes starting side. He's going to get even better. Come back for the knock on.
Lucky there. Full throw from Mumford. Won't be happy with himself there, but has played to his credit all of 70 minutes so far. A little leaner on the front row stocks than what we're accustomed to, but patched together a great team again, showing the depth once more.
To the Barbarians, 2 tries in the first half, 2 tries in the second half. Do the Barbars have any more in them? As the sun sets on Sippy Downs, about 5.5 minutes to go.
Great shift.
Shove.
Good talk from the back there from the 9 as well. Wairau.
touch there.
Always nice as a back line, and something we've been spoilt with over the last few years at university, just playing behind a penalty advantage in the forwards. Really gives you an opportunity to chance your arm, throw the 50 pass, 50-50 pass, or the offload, or often find space, and knowing you can always come back and hoof it upfield 20-30 metres.
Free shot.
I'm sure Jordan Mears will do in just a moment's time.
What's the back? Hey, 1, 2.
Out of there from Mumford.
Clean line out. Meads finds Kimber through the midfield. Great leg drive. They hammered on. 10 inside the opposition half. Looks like Kimber's slow to his feet, still down in back play. Hopefully nothing too serious. Do not want to get an injury.
Just some cramp, I'd suggest.
I'll throw him out to the work again. Another big shift from the skipper.
Is that Stafford there? There he is, Dean Stafford onto the field. Exciting time for him. Cherished A-grade minutes. Played a phenomenal grand final for reserve grade last year. I think he kicked 100% and an absolutely enthralling game. And great to see him handed the reins here.
Just reward. Call up to the big show. Jersey's very clean. Probably not straight. Advantage. Very stop-start.
Looks like he's come on for Duck on the right wing. Not a position we're accustomed to seeing him play, but I'm sure he'll handle it with consummate ease.
With aplomb. He's got 2.5 minutes to get his hands on the pill and see what he can do. So the Barbarians well on their way again in season 2024. Comprehensive victory round 1 away against Caboolture. Have done enough today, round 2 at home against Caboolture. Show marches on. Greg Tronk, coach, will be back on board next week. Obviously watching on today, find the live stream. Tronky, hello. I'm sure he's got his notepad and pen out. Probably got a few things to work on at training this week. Always chasing perfection. Speaking of perfection, that was not. That's fatigue. A minute or 2 to go. Just dropping it cold.
They'll be disappointed with their second half, Caboolture, after such a fantastic first half where they're well and truly in it, executing well, defending well. Just amazing. You take 10-15% pedal off the metal and all of a sudden it's all systems go and the Barbars doing what they do.
Well and truly a tale of two halves.
We have a new fan to the university field here pointing out the amazing feature of kangaroos on the field. Must be one of the first or second games because that's here every most days.
Great to see some wildlife on display at Sippy Downs, University of the Sunshine Coast. As we enter the final minute, Caboolture needing all the help it can get. Let's call on 2 reserves at the back there. A couple of kangaroos just taking it in. McGee again, just doing what he does best. Takes play up over halfway. No shortage of forwards putting their hand up. Strong defence.
Great pillar.
Just missed Reich. Cox has it though. Looks up, sees a wall of black jerseys, but still goes straight at it. Iru to Kimber, another big carry from Kimber. Sound defence though.
Sound defence?
Strong defence, sound defence.
Albert Stout defence.
Stout defence. Ferocious, pugnacious. McGee still going with that leg drive. Got the advantage too now, the Barbarians. Match is almost over. And in fact, Mead says, I think we're just about done.
Not quite. Referee
Well
considers
done,
that advantage
Barbarians. Thank you to Caboolture for making the journey north up the Bruce Highway, wherever you're watching. We hope you enjoyed the coverage. On behalf of Niall Malloy, myself, Dave McClanahan, thank you very much. We'll see you again soon.